Welcome to another episode of Down the Barrel Podcast with Jimmy and Deano.
And sometimes Jared.
Down the Barrel Podcast is brought to you by the Minnesota Deer Hunters Association
and Wolf.Report. Wolf.Report, a platform dedicated to elevating the voices of Minnesota hunters, trappers, and outdoor enthusiasts. Join us in advocating for responsible wolf management in Minnesota. Share your reports, photos, and stories, and together we will ensure that they are seen by all.
The Minnesota Deer Hunters Association, protecting the future of deer and deer hunting through habitat, education, advocacy, and legislation. All right, so today we are talking about the SHOT Show recap. We went to SHOT Show this year.
Yeah, we sure did. In Las Vegas, Nevada.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet. That was my first time in Vegas, honestly.
It was my second time in Vegas, but my first time at SHOT Show.
Yep.
Same. Yeah. Second time Vegas, first time SHOT Show. And I can say that that's too long to spend in Vegas.
I thought it was just about right.
I thought so too. And the wives are actually thinking we should stay one more day.
Oof.
Yeah, I'm going to need bigger pocketbooks. Vegas is not cheap.
It is definitely not cheap. Nothing in Vegas is cheap.
No.
Right? Nothing that I found anyway.
Definitely not. I mean, the food was good.
Yeah. People were nice.
Yeah, that's what really surprised me. Obviously, it's a hospitality town.
Yeah, it's your job to be nice, right?
But they don't have to be. I mean, Minnesota is Minnesota nice, but a bunch of assholes around here. So,
right.
Yeah,
everybody in Vegas was friendly, ready to have fun.
Yeah,
a good time.
Yeah,
and they put up with us. So credit to them.
It's true. But no, it was a good show. Mm-hmm. It was a lot of fun.
It was. So, I mean, the cool thing was the building or the venue was huge.
Yeah, well, there's like multiple. Wasn't this Venetian Expo Center and Caesars Forum?
Yeah. And it was just, I don't know what, the first day I think I put on 10,000 steps within the first 2 hours.
Right.
I mean, we just walked.
It was crazy and much walking.
Nuts.
Well, yeah, it was what they say, 14 miles if you wanted to see every vendor.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We did not see every vendor.
No way.
No. Well, heck, we didn't make it to the second level or the basement until pretty much
day 3.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because we just were looking at other stuff and honestly couldn't find it. Couldn't figure out where it was. I mean, the map we had on our phones, I got this app and it was pretty sweet, but it should track you.
Right.
So you know where you're at.
Yeah. Because I don't know how many times we got turned around. It's like, we already saw this booth.
Right.
Or the second day we came in different doors than we did the first day. So then we were trying to figure out where we need to be at.
It's huge. A little overwhelming. I think the first day was just kind of getting acclimated to the craziness of it all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then once you get acclimated and you know what to expect, you can actually walk around and comprehend what's going on.
Well, what I liked is, there's all walks of life from, the gun industry, from gun dealers, military, ex-military, private security,
some governmental defense agencies were there.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then just even the vendors, again, from your gun manufacturer, starting from just one piece of metal all the way up to private contractors with, those Gatling guns that go on helicopters.
Yeah, like MRAPs.
Those big truck. Yeah, the MRAPs and even the drones and was that robotic
the dog? Robot dogs. Yeah, they were there.
Yeah, it was impressive to say the least.
And the booths. I mean, what does that cost?
Can't be cheap.
I'm just thinking about what booth was it? It was, I know Christensen Arms booth had like 2 levels and little offices.
Lots of offices. And we spent a lot of time at Christensen.
We did. Yeah. So I was like, man, and the setup and teardown. I mean, we do our shows.
Right.
And we know how long it takes for our little booth.
Right.
And the cost of it. It's like, man, I can't imagine that one.
Yeah. It's got to be a week of work just setting up some of those booths.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. There were some that, you're like on the floor level at the booth, and then they've got this like rooftop balcony inside,
right?
For like the private meetings
in their booth. Well, wasn't it Benchmade had a bar?
Yeah.
Benchmade had their own bar. Yeah. Benchmade logoed bar, by the way.
What was crazy is they had the knives on display, obviously.
Mhm.
And then they had this truck out of nowhere that was all decked out. And then you keep walking and you think you're in somebody else's booth. Like, that was a bar with a Benchmade on it.
Oh, we're still in the Benchmade booth.
Yeah. It was it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was really cool. I mean, first year, just kind of get your bearings, know what's, I don't think we still know what's going on, but
Well, you know
gives
what
us
to
a little bit
expect a
better
little bit.
idea. Yeah, exactly.
How to approach people.
But overall, good show. So, I know there's a lot more celebrities there than we saw, and we didn't get to talk to as much as what we wanted. Well, actually, we didn't get to talk to any.
Well, unless you count Steve.
True. We did talk to Steve, Target Focus Life. We saw him, so that was pretty cool. And that was actually in a quiet area. That was the first day.
That was first day.
First day.
Yeah.
He was one of the first people we saw.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, a familiar face.
Right.
Yeah. And then we saw Hannah Barron. That was pretty cool to see.
Yep.
Two fake seals.
Yeah.
Sonny and Brock.
Yes.
I don't know the real names, but that's their actor name. So that was kind of cool. And
Matt Best.
From Black Rifle. I so wanted to go up and get his picture, but there's kind of a line.
Yeah.
Because that would have been pretty cool. And who else did you say you saw?
Well, I saw Dave Canterbury
Okay.
from what show was he on Discovery? Dual Survivor.
Dual Survival, yeah.
Yeah, I saw him, but I didn't even realize it was him until I got home after I saw his pictures, because we were at the Duluth Pack booth.
Yes.
And after we left there, I seen this guy carrying a Duluth Pack. And I was like, hey, look at this guy. He's got a Duluth Pack on. It's an old one. Then I saw a picture of him later. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's who that was.
Right. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. And there were some others that were there on different odd times that we just were on the opposite sides or whatever, or in a meeting. I know
we're
Melissa.
about to sprint 14 miles to go and see him.
Yeah, I know. It would have been nice to see Melissa Bachman, but
We'll see her in a
just
couple months.
yeah,
True
we're
story.
just on the
We
opposite
will.
side of the building. I think when she was or whatever. So, but that was pretty cool.
Well, yeah, and I think, it's such a big place. And what were we there? 3 days? 4 days? 3 days?
4 days.
You have to pick basically a floor for a day
Pretty much.
to get around it. And even then, it's tough.
Well, if you're going to have those meaningful meetings, you
Right.
know, you're lucky if you get through a floor in a day.
Right.
You know,
Right.
you could spend 2 hours in one booth.
Right.
Yeah. Mhm.
Well, on that first day, we beelined it for the Caesars Forum to see a few things we wanted to see, because that was more the outdoors,
Yeah, the hunting
and the hunting end of it. But then we ran over Christensen Arms, and we spent quite a bit of time there.
Right.
And then we had to try to schedule a meeting with our rep and everything. So then that takes time. Then we ended up just by accident running into Ellipses, which is one of our main,
Right.
distributors. So that was pretty cool. And then I actually got to see my rep,
Right.
which was even more cool to finally put a, face to the name. But the meeting we had, with Christensen Arms, that was really great.
It was.
Yeah, it was nice to hang out in their booth. They have a gorgeous booth.
See the guns that that we obviously already offer, and then to solidify the deal for 2026 coming up.
Right.
So they're definitely going to be our gun of the year. We've already got that. Now we just got to work through some small details. So that was a real meaningful and long meeting that we had with them.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we got to meet with Athlon.
Yeah, Athlon, some
Optics.
new optics that we're hoping to bring on, and maybe come up with a package even for our 26 gun.
That's right. Yeah, we're looking at the Christensen Evoke
Yes.
for 2026, and potentially working with Athlon to get a scope package for us.
Right. Because they make regular scopes, they make thermal scopes.
Yep.
They have some binoculars too, right?
Yeah, they do have some binoculars as well.
Yeah, because I know they had them set up in their booth.
Yep.
Yeah, those thermals were awesome.
They were insane.
Yeah.
We're running, I think all three of us now are running the ATN.
Yeah.
The 4K
The
Pro
infrared. Yeah.
IR scope. Yeah.
Yep.
And you look through that Athlon thermal and it is night and day.
Right.
It's like the crispest image.
Yeah.
I was very impressed.
Obviously there's a price difference.
Yes.
When it
Well,
comes to that.
a
Extreme
few
price difference.
$4,000, but
true thermal.
it's just money, Dean.
Right. Exactly. Well, hey, Athlon, we could use a few.
That's right.
I have emailed them already.
Right.
Yeah. Sounded like they might be interested.
Yeah, I think that'd be really cool.
Sure
And then, Christensen had talked about setting us up with some kind of Predator package.
That's right.
or even our rep had talked about setting up with a Predator package
I
along with an
remember.
Athlon scope.
So we can try it out and let people know how awesome they are.
Right, exactly.
We might do a down the barrel review.
Yes, that would be very cool.
Come March, into March.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it end of March? Yeah.
It's end of March.
It is. Yeah.
Yep.
Coming up soon.
And then Silver Stag Knives. We had a really good conversation with Brad.
Yes.
And sounds like we're probably going to go with, well, we'll just say it. We're going to go with Silver Stag Knives for 2026 for the knife of the year.
yeah. Beautiful knives. I actually ordered one after I left there.
Did you?
It's supposed to be here tomorrow. Nice fillet knife. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I know. I've been really looking at, I don't know why, one of those Bowie knives with a
they're
big
fancy. Yeah.
antler on the end of it. I think that'd be really cool. I don't know what I do with it, but you know, I want to wear it downtown sometime. If somebody comes up to me, oh, yeah, like Minneapolis, you know, if somebody comes up with, you know, a 8-inch knife and I pull this out.
Oh, you want a crocodile?
I want a crocodile Dundee. This is a knife. I just want to do that. I mean, I don't want to hurt anybody, but
No,
you know, the
right.
threat's pretty cool.
I mean,
so
once
can
in your
see
life,
that.
everyone should have the opportunity to do that.
To pull a buoy on somebody?
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
a
red
road
You think
passage.
that's a knife? This is a knife,
Got up his Michael Jackson jacket.
right?
Yeah, no. Silver Stag, them are some great knives.
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just quality from,
Right.
you know, start to finish.
Shout out to Paco.
Yeah,
That guy can grind
Yep.
like ain't nobody's business.
Sure. And then Jim and I had a really good meeting with, I'm going to screw up the name.
Oof, that's a tough one.
Yeah, Sapai.
It's a Turkish company.
It is Sapai Arms, hunting and tactical, Turkish firearms. Obviously,
It's a family-owned business.
It is, yeah. And obviously, we all know that probably 90% of shotguns are built in Turkey.
Turkey,
Right.
You know, and so we sat down with them. I felt pretty special when we sat down with them and talked to us and whatnot and explained everything. So they've got really great programs, good variety of firearms, good price points. So I think it's something that we're definitely going to
absolutely.
to do.
Right.
You know, to start carrying them and kind of. I mean, it gets rid of some distributors. You know, cut out the middleman. So that's really cool to be able to do that.
Yeah. And that's I think what SHOT Show is. You get to meet all those companies.
Yeah,
These guys
exactly.
are a family-owned company, super friendly. I mean, because when we got to the booth, there was like a teenager came up to us
Yeah.
and started talking to us.
Yep. And then
And they invited us over, sat down, offered
then
us
it's like
something to drink.
Yeah,
and
and then like the
explained
old man, the dad sat down and explained whatnot. And then the cool thing was just seeing all the products that we carry normally, you know, even some of the other Turkish firearms, they all had huge booths. You know, we got to see the Henrys, you know, I mean, everybody was there, obviously.
Right.
How did you go from Turkish firearms to Henry?
Well, because I was thinking how I walked around because I think we left that booth.
Yeah, me too. It was like it was just down the way from there.
Yeah, so we kind of bounce all over the place because of where the booths are.
But I
So,
want to say, at that booth we were just talking about, the turkey people.
yeah,
Why did we originally stop there? Do you remember?
they had a sweet. Oh, they had a revolver
Rifle,
rifle.
410 rifle.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah. So, you know, Heritage makes the revolver pistol rifle in a way. But this was larger. You know, it was 410. It was just really cool.
Yeah, that's what drew us our attention there.
Yeah.
Is it kind of like that? What do they call it? The Henry axe.
No, this was actually a full size rifle, but it was a revolver shotgun rifle.
It was very cool.
You're just throwing words together that are.
I'm not
It
lying.
sounds like
in
it,
my
but
mind.
they literally, I mean, that's kind of what
Where's
they
that book?
did.
Revolver,
That book.
shotgun. You sound like somebody that's never
We'll have to,
touched a gun. But
I can't explain
clearly,
it.
I just don't understand.
I can't explain it other than
Revolver,
awesome.
shotgun, rifle.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah. He's going to get the book for you.
Pulling out the
we're gonna have
catalog
to-
for me.
He's going to have to show you. And
That's the other thing they don't tell you about shotgun or SHOT Show is you leave with a library's worth of material.
oh, dude, every day.
It's
Jim,
impressive.
I kind of feel bad for Jim, but he was my pack mule.
right. I had to carry it every day.
Yeah. They give you a bag, but it's not a backpack,
No.
No.
which
It's like a
kind of sucks.
purse.
So
Yeah, like a little tote bag thing.
Yeah, so I had the backpack, and Jimmy had to carry. Yeah, look at that. Tell me that's not a revolver, shotgun, rifle.
I would describe that as a revolver shotgun rifle.
Boom. At first, I was thinking.
RV410.
See,
Right.
At first, I was thinking it was actually a lever, but it's not.
No.
Isn't that cool?
So,
I want one for my truck.
right?
Well, it's classified as a revolver in here,
Okay.
but that's not a revolver.
no.
That is crazy.
Yeah. The cool thing is
it's a rifle that shoots a shotgun round, a 410,
410.
but with a revolver cylinder.
yeah.
Right.
And it comes anywhere from the classic, which is kind of like your old style, Western ranch rifle, all the way up to a tactical marine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that thing is badass looking, full chrome.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, they
Wow.
mainly do shotguns, but they did have a series of auto rifles.
Right.
Huh.
So, and these are modeled pretty much after even the BAR. Actually, these look more like the Winchester SXRs. But yeah, family owned since, what does it say, 1989.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah, the US,
They build them, they sell them, they
Yep.
ship them. I mean, they do it all.
yeah,
That's crazy.
I don't know, pretty neat.
We're going to have to get a few of these in.
You know,
Absolutely, we are.
yeah, price points are pretty cool. So I think that they'll be great. I mean, these are, yeah, we got to get a few in, check them out,
Right.
some reviews on them. But that was, I was really impressed with it. That was pretty cool.
Right, and that's just one of the surprises why you go to these
Yeah.
shows is you're not even expecting that kind of meeting.
Well, honestly, even the Athlon, that just kind of,
Yeah, that was out of the blue.
came out of the blue, and
Yeah.
we got lucky with that one. So that one should,
Yeah, thanks, Jay.
that one should turn out. Yeah, that one should turn out pretty well. We ran into Do All Outdoors.
Mhm.
They're were they Minnesota? Well, no,
Wisconsin or Minnesota, weren't they?
Ohio, I think.
Ohio,
But they do have a lot of ties in Minnesota.
Yeah.
We see them all the time at the track
and they have
shows.
like
Yeah,
clay
track
clay machines.
yeah,
or
clay
something.
machines for the most part. Yep, clay throwers and
Throwers,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's, I think, how most people know them.
yeah,
Mhm.
yep. So
Yeah, we talked
them
to
a
we
little
talked to Fairdyne,
bit. Yeah,
rep at Fairdyne,
Duluth Pack.
Duluth
yeah, we
Pack.
mentioned them a little bit.
APA Archery.
That I had not seen APA prior to SHOT Show.
Really?
I mean, you had mentioned it when we walked up and said you
Right.
knew about them. I was really impressed with the innovations that were on their bow.
Yeah, they're definitely different. They do things differently there.
Yeah.
hmm
And not having to use a bow press and all
Right.
the kind of the DIY
Yeah.
The
stuff that
rope
you can do.
hanging
Crazy
pull-up
technology.
rope
Yeah.
they have built
Yeah,
into
built
their
in.
bow.
Yeah.
That was crazy. I'd never seen that one
Yeah,
before.
Right. What I want to see. So if you don't know what we're talking about, it's like this little gear almost that seats perfectly into your bow limb.
Mhm.
And then it has this retractable leash.
Mhm.
So you can climb up and pull your bow up with you. But what I want to see is that same technology applied for bow fishing.
Yeah.
It's got to
Right,
be
built
there,
in,
right?
Yeah,
It's got to
instead
be.
of having a reel.
Yep.
Although you have to have a reel.
Well, yeah,
for
you'd
bow
have the
fishing.
reel, but like just have it built into the limb. You know,
Right.
You don't have that extra weight and awkward things
Right.
hanging off your bow.
Just let APA know they probably
They
come
probably
up with
have it.
They
Right,
might
they
already-
probably
who
do.
knows?
They're
They
just
might do.
waiting a few years down the road to release it.
Right.
But yeah, that was pretty neat. APA was pretty cool. I was
Yeah.
impressed. I mean,
I was
obviously-
impressed to see how many Gatling guns were there.
Oh my
Dude,
god!
I
In the
want one
military
so
area?
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
They had
funny.
some
We
cool
walked into
stuff.
this one room that we thought was like the archery
Right.
hunting area. No, we walk in and all we see are Gatling guns and then a freaking drone that will carry people.
Right.
Right. So it was the hunting area, but it was exclusively for Texas high fence hunting.
right?
The robot dogs and robot whales
God,
and
but
stuff.
that was so cool.
Right. Yeah.
And then
Yeah, very
flamethrowers.
Yeah.
I want a flamethrower so bad now.
Yeah. They had a few of them
I
there.
may have to order one.
Mm-hmm.
What would you use it for?
Get rid of snow.
People are out plowing, and Dean's out there with his flamethrower.
Shit, yeah. I mean, I might. Sorry, honey. The edge of the house got a little crispy, but hey, the apron's
That's highly
clean.
inefficient.
That's why we got the aluminum siding.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
So overall, I think SHOT Show was a successful venture for us.
Oh, I think so
Huge
too.
Success.
Right.
Yes.
One thing we forgot to mention was Vulture International.
Vulture International. That was another one of those meetings that just came out of the blue.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the night of the concert.
Yeah, we were at a concert.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool.
Mm.
But Vulture International Clothing Company, heated, battery-powered clothing company that mainly makes textiles and stuff for military contracts.
Right.
And a little bit of everything. But that was actually a really good meeting we had with him.
Yeah.
And so we've got to reach out to him and see what they can offer and stuff like that. So maybe have our own clothing line.
Right. Heated clothing line,
Yeah.
which in northern Minnesota in the late season would be fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, the kind of cool thing is so they're out of Pakistan, and I mean, I don't know, he might have just been joshing us, but we said we might be able to
Hunt deer.
get a hunt deer in Pakistan.
Right.
And evidently only the military and elites get to do it, but he
So-
said he could hook us up.
Well, because we're elites.
Pretty much.
I think that's what he figured.
I mean, I think that's what it
This
said on my
this was like
jacket that day.
the impromptu meeting you had at the urinal, right?
Outside.
This was after the urinal.
Yes.
This was at the trash can.
Yeah. Actually, it was at the heater. So get
Yeah.
this. We're in Vegas
Right.
in January, and it's like the coldest Vegas has ever been. Imagine that. Minnesota goes to Vegas and it's cold. But for us, it was really nice.
Yeah, it was like
everybody else
40,
was
50
freezing
degrees.
and huddling under
Yeah.
these propane heaters.
Outside, they got propane heaters everywhere.
So you couldn't even hardly get to one. So come out of the building, Jimmy's talking to this guy, and they're around a propane heater and a trash can, and it's like, okay, what's up? And no, that was pretty neat. It was pretty cool.
He was
guy.
a nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty wild, though. I left my house, whatever morning that was. It was negative 33 at my house. Landed in Vegas, and it was like 40 above.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was quite the swing.
Yeah, it was glorious.
Yeah. I got to wear my sandals.
Mm-hmm.
You
sure
did. You did.
I loved it.
Yeah, there was so much walking. That's the only bad part about SHOT Show is you walk a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, we're doing 10,000 steps before noon every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I think I pretty much just ignored my tracker.
Right.
Because I was like, I don't even want to know how many steps. Because by the end of the night, I was like, yep, my feet hurt.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yep.
I just want to soak my feet.
I just wanted to sit down
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Somebody served me. I did learn how to play blackjack while I was out there.
Yep. Yep. We did do a little bit of that.
Learn that's a generous.
Okay. Shut up.
We attempted to learn.
You attempted to
Okay,
learn.
maybe I should have said I played blackjack while I was out there.
We attempted to play.
Right.
My favorite part was we were sitting at a table and, the dealer would flip the cards and Jim or Dean would, say hit or stay or whatever. And the dealer would just look at me like are you going to let him do that?
Yep.
True story, actually. The dealers out there are very nice.
Yes. I had talked to a few people and they thought that the dealers in Reno were actually nicer and would converse with you more. It's like, well, man, I don't know. I've never been in Reno, but these guys in Vegas that we were at
We're pretty nice.
Pretty
No,
good.
the only reason they're saying they're better in Reno is because they won.
Because they
Reno.
won more money in Reno. Yeah.
Which I get, but no, I think everybody we dealt with there was just super friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were great.
Yep. Yeah, I'm looking forward to going back and setting up more meetings. And, this time, and we even met with some other booths and stuff. I was like, man, I wish, you knew you were here, or we could try to set up a meeting.
Right.
So we've just got do a little bit better pre-planning.
Yeah,
to be able to
sounds
do
like,
that.
Well,
sounds
now-
like we have a couple steak dinners waiting for us next year.
At
Yeah.
least 2,
Yeah.
maybe 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, just going into it now, knowing what to expect, you can actually do that stuff because,
Yeah.
we know kind of our way around now
Yep.
and where things are. We won't get lost so many times.
But yeah, I think overall it was a good thing, good experience, and
Yeah.
I think
It
we've
might even
got
be a
some-
great experience here.
We've
We
got
don't-
some good things coming out of it,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Still working on them. Started
Yeah.
working on that as soon as we got back.
right?
You know? Yeah, it was well worth our time, and I think we got good things to come.
Yep.
Oh, for sure.
But other than that, aside from SHOT Show, you've been extremely busy all over the state.
Yeah.
A lot of windshield time.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah. So every year, MDHA, we do our regional meetings. So we cut a region this year. So we have 12 regions in the state now, but typically it's been 13 regions, and I go every corner of the state, everywhere in between. And we hold these meetings to, I like to think if you are a member of MDHA, it's the most important meeting you could attend in a given year. Because it's really where we hear out your concerns for your neck of the woods. We talk about the legislative issues that have been proposed, and you get to take that information back to your chapter and make an informed vote on those issues. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of driving, a lot of time, but it's well worth it. And, I think it's funny because I have received criticism for not traveling around and holding wolf meetings, right? Because somebody decided to hold, I don't know, 6 or 7 or so wolf meetings last year in the northern part of the state, and they think they're saving the state from the wolf issue, and I'm just sitting on my hands, and I didn't hold a single meeting, right? Yeah. Well, I do 12 of them a year, 13 of them a year, because I'm actually tonight for the first time holding a virtual regional meeting. It's not quite regional because it's open for any member to join in on that, but to go over the same topics and discussion that we tackle in the regional meetings. And the wolf issue it's when you get to the legislative issues, it's number one, as it has been since 1980. So so it's been fun. It's been busy. Couple oil changes and brake jobs later, and I'm back in Grand Rapids. So that's good.
Looking forward to the end of it.
Right. Now I got a week and a half until I'm off to Duluth. Then
we've got our sports show in Duluth coming.
Right.
So
and then it's busy almost every weekend after that for a month or so.
Yeah. It is corporate board and
state habitat.
And Deer and Turkey
shortly
Classic.
After that, Deer and Turkey.
Then Kansas.
And then, bummer. We got to go to Kansas. Got to spend some time on the family ranch.
Right? Exactly. Yeah, that should be fun.
Yeah.
Actually, they had their first calf the other day.
Yeah.
So
we got to go protect it.
Yeah, a little bit early.
It seems like it.
But here in a couple of weeks, they'll really start calving. What I didn't tell you is they actually had a cow in the yard the other day.
Really?
Yeah.
So I don't even have to get out of bed this year.
Right? You just look out the window.
Did you last year?
So needless to say, they are, there's a lot of them. So they definitely
we should have a good year.
Yeah. We definitely need some help down there. So
hopefully have a few Athlon scopes to bring with us.
Boy, that would be nice if we had some Athlon.
They're out of
optics.
Kansas,
yes,
right.
We just pick them up.
Make a little.
You hear that, Keegan? Was it Keegan?
It was Keegan. Yep.
Keegan, good guy,
great guy.
Yeah,
out of Kansas. You think we'd have some pull there?
You would think. They're on the northern side.
Oh yeah,
it's the north and south thing. I don't know.
South side.
I am at this point. I'm even willing to go as far as to say.
No, I can't believe you're going to say it.
There have been worse franchises than the Chiefs, if that gets me an Athlon scope.
There is. It's called the Eagles.
I don't know, man. I hate the Eagles.
I hate the Eagles.
I might have to cheer for them over the Chiefs.
Oh, no, I can't do it. I hate the Eagles with a passion.
The Kansas City refs, man, they are
right.
They are the worst.
They really protect their quarterback, though.
Yeah.
Gonna jump on that bandwagon.
They're the best offensive line out there.
Right? They got stripes.
Yeah, they do.
So that way nobody hits them either.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, regional meetings were great. SHOT Show was great. Kansas is going to be great.
Yep.
Yeah, we got a busy late winter, early spring coming up.
Yeah, right. We're gonna get some good guests on here. Hopefully soon. We have to look at the calendar and figure out what we can fit everybody in. That's the tough part when it comes this time of year. But
we're gonna have to do a few on the road, I think.
Yes,
I think so too.
Definitely have to figure out a better system for that.
Yeah. would be kind of cool if we do one in Duluth. And, the Duluth Sports Show coming up is always a good show too. We get to see a lot of people. The nice thing is that's, obviously close to home.
Right.
So in northern part of the state. So, I mean, you get a lot of the people who, a lot of our members are up here as well. So it really helps out.
Right.
We get a lot of good interaction. And, last year, I think we signed up a decent amount. Actually, last year, I think was our top year for signups at the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're going to beat it this year.
Yeah,
I hope so. Yeah.
So we're working with Domain.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've got a
Do
good
a nice
promotion
giveaway.
coming up. Yeah.
Yeah. You sign up at Duluth Sports Show and you're going to get some free domain seed.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah. We've got the,
Premium food plot seed.
what do we got? Big Sexy and
Smackdown.
Smackdown. Yeah.
And they're both, turnip rape blends.
Yeah. I like turnip for sure. I know they both have turnips in them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Smackdown is pretty much, looks like all turnip and stuff like that.
Yeah. And Big Seki has turnip and kale.
Yeah, like you said, forage rape and all fall and winter. And actually, I think they're both fall and winter.
Yeah.
So, some
Great
good
for the
mixes that they do.
late summer.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can get them for free if you come down and sign up at the Duluth Sports Show.
And then don't forget, when you're down there, you can also sign up for the Hunt Holland sweepstakes.
Yes.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good way to encompass all that. We'll have all the codes that you need. And
Yeah. Come
Forms
see
to
us.
fill out.
We'll get you set up.
come say hi or just come stop by.
Yeah. It's a great show. Well worth the trip. Even if you have to come up from the cities,
Yeah.
there's a lot of great vendors there.
Right.
And then I know obviously we'll mention it later on in some upcoming episodes we already have, and then in March we'll be down at the Outdoor News during Turkey Classic.
Yep.
Yeah. That's always a fun one.
So we'll be running that same promo down there. And that is the last weekend to get your hunting and hauling. Can
That's
you still
right.
get them there?
You can get them there.
Okay.
Yep.
We can still
But
get
that's
them there.
literally the
That's
last
it.
weekend.
That's
Yeah.
Sunday.
And we will,
It's-
I believe we're going to have the machine at that one, right?
Yes, we are. We
So you can
have
come look at it, touch
yeah.
it, lick it, whatever you want to do.
preferably, well, just don't lick the windows.
If you know how to hotwire it, you can drive it.
I think we have to take the battery out.
Yeah, I think we got to take the battery out. I think that's the rules.
But yeah,
If
we
you
will
bring
have
a
the
battery,
machine
you can drive it.
Just bring a D battery. You're all right. So yeah, we'll have it down there. So that'd be pretty cool.
Mhm.
And really like that show. That's one of our better shows.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
it's
just a few days later, we'll be giving away that Polaris Ranger.
that's right.
Yeah. So you can't miss out on the hunting and hauling.
You got some great odds. I'm going to tell you right now.
You do.
Mm-hmm.
So
Get your tickets.
otherwise, that about wraps it up.
Yeah, just a quick
think so.
recap of the SHOT Show. It was
Yeah.
a great time. Well worth it. Met a lot of new
Definitely.
people.
Yeah.
A lot of good things to
Got
come.
to spend some time with our current partners, which is always important.
Yeah. And then obviously, we met a few new partners.
Right.
So that's a plus,
Mhm.
good takeaway from it. And there's just always more to come. So
Right. Looking forward to next year already.
yeah, no doubt. We got to start planning that.
Yeah, a little better this time.
Yeah. Maybe get a hotel a little closer.
I don't know.
I
I
don't
kind
know.
of liked
I
it.
kind of liked it too. I'm
did
not
too.
going to lie.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's a little bit on the quiet end.
The,
and-
Yeah, it was
monorail made it
Yeah.
very
for
easy.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That was really nice. Although it'd be nice if they made the QR code a little bit bigger on our passes.
Yeah.
Yeah, a
To
little
be able
brighter or something. It works slick with the phones, but those little hangy dangy necklaces they gave us, they don't scan very well to get into that monorail.
No, not at all. But yeah, it was
Things
pretty
you
cool.
learn, right?
Right?
Exactly.
So what was your favorite thing about SHOT Show or even Vegas? Let's do both.
Okay.
Vegas and SHOT Show. What was your favorite?
Oh, you're making me go first.
Yeah.
SHOT Show, I would say, you think of the firearms industry as, it's been around forever, right?
Right.
And you would think that there's really no way to continue to innovate within that industry,
Yeah.
but you see that innovation there. You
Yep.
know, there are so many new things that various manufacturers are demonstrating, and they continue to surprise and shock you,
Right.
So that was really cool to see. Favorite thing about Vegas. Can I say this without getting in trouble?
Absolutely. This is down the barrel.
Leaving.
leaving.
I was so ready to go to bed,
Yeah.
man.
Well, some of us did actually sleep.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
that.
Yeah.
How about you?
Oh,
Did
SHOT
you?
Show. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of agree with Jared on that one, but man, I don't know if I can pick a favorite other than it was just I've always wanted to go even before in the gun industry. You know, you've always heard about it, and it did not disappoint.
No.
You know, and just being able to see the guns and touch them and know what's coming out before anybody else does in a way. I mean, it was pretty cool. So I don't know. I love the whole thing. I just being able to actually talk to people and be in that realm was pretty neat. Favorite thing about Vegas? I don't know. I enjoyed it all. The Bellagio was pretty cool to see. You know, the fountain, that was pretty neat. Old Red.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The Blake Shelton.
The Blake Shelton restaurant bar thing. That was pretty neat. And just the atmosphere of Vegas was pretty cool.
Yeah. For sure.
And also, it was cleaner than what I expected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so kudos to them. But I don't know. It's pretty cool.
Right.
Jimmy?
Oh, I think for the SHOT Show, it was just being able to rub elbows with the people at all those companies and the manufacturers, getting to meet the people behind, you know, the companies and some of the people that work there. It was nice to talk to them. And I think that was my favorite thing about the SHOT Show is the people running the booths.
Yeah, it seemed like at SHOT Show you had more important people running booths than some of the sports shows. You kind of get more just
helpers.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they're running a booth at SHOT Show, there's a pretty good chance that they're like a CEO or something.
Right. Or somebody,
a decision maker.
Decision maker, somebody, just good contacts and people that really know what they're talking about in that industry.
Yep.
And I'd say Vegas, one thing I was surprised about that I really enjoyed was the people.
Yeah.
Everybody that lives and works there in that area that we were in anyway was just super friendly.
Yeah.
I was surprised by that and I really appreciated it. I mean, we went to lunch, twice at the same place.
Yeah.
And they remembered us and asked if we were coming back the next day.
Right.
I mean, of the thousands of people they see every day. I mean, that was impressive.
Yeah. Well,
So the people.
And there's those three ugly guys from MDHA.
Right.
Back
There's the guys with the deers on their shirts.
We're kind of unforgettable.
That's for sure. And then we did meet a few people from Minnesota at lunch or as they were leaving, you know.
Yeah,
so,
we did.
The runnings guys.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
He never has called me yet, but he might.
He might.
High hopes. Fingers crossed.
Maybe.
It's like Dean's in high school again.
Right.
I know she'll call me.
I made a good impression. I
did. I thought so. But no, it was fun. I'm looking forward to it, to go back.
Yeah.
So
well worth it.
I think it was well worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that's what everyone there said is going to SHOT Show has like exponential return every year you go, you know, like we have talked about. This first year was really just getting our feet wet and getting the lay of the ground or lay of the land and everything. And you just continue to build that strategy and be more successful in future years.
Yeah, sure. Exactly. It is what you make of it. It is what you get out of it, you know, and we went wanting to make those connections. And so that's what we did.
Yeah.
And that's what we will do. So
absolutely.
Very cool.
All right.
Well, till next time. I don't know what we're going to do next time.
I don't know, but I'm going to go buy a rifle, shotgun, revolver. I know that
too, bud.
I know, and that's sweet. I'm going to have to get some of those in. So
do it.
Cool.
All right. Well, I guess that's it for now.
That's it for now.
We'll see you next week. Hear you next week. Talk to you next week.
Yeah.
You can see anybody.
Yeah. Click, like, follow. Later.
The Minnesota Deer Hunters Association has been building our hunting and conservation legacy over the past 40 plus years through habitat, education, advocacy, and legislation in Minnesota for Minnesota.
The Minnesota Deer Hunters Association and Wolf Report proudly sponsor this podcast. However, please note that the opinions, topics, and guests featured may not necessarily align with the views, beliefs, goals, or missions of our sponsors.
Views expressed by Jimmy and Deano and podcast guests are solely their own and do not represent the Minnesota Deer Hunters Association and Wolf Report.